Hello, welcome to a cooking video, and today I will show you how to cook a simple Vietnamese dish that is I would call it the Vietnamese soul food. This is a comfort food, a comfort dish that every Vietnamese have eaten a million times. And there's many different variation of this dish, but I will show you a dish that only use these simple ingredients so that anyone can make this at home without having to run to any kind of special Asian grocery store to get the ingredients. Okay, first off, sugar, salt, rice wine, soy sauce, eggs, and pork. I use pork shoulder or pork butt, but the original recipe that most Vietnamese grew up eating use pork belly, which is have a lot more fat in it. But I use this cut of pork to make this dish because I think it had the right amount of fat to make the dish taste good without having too much fat. Anyhow, hopefully you will enjoy the video, and the cooking process is extremely simple. Okay, so what I did was, out of that big piece of pork, I only cut up about 2 pounds. This is about 2 pounds of pork that I cut up in cubes, okay, like this. You can make it smaller or bigger, but I prefer to be this size because when you cook it, it will shrink down, okay. On top of that, I hard boil 5 eggs, and once again, if you like the recipe, you can always add more eggs or less eggs, but I hard boil 5 eggs and de-shell them. Okay, so that's the next step. Perhaps the toughest step of this whole recipe is making the caramel sauce. Okay, so here you have 1/3 of a cup of sugar. And for those that make caramel before, you just have to be very careful not to burn it. So I'm going to add a little water. Okay, and I'm going to time to see how long it's going to take to turn that into caramel. And I will come back when it's ready. The best way to prevent the sugar not to burn is use low to medium heat, and once the sugar starts to have this shade of color, what I do is I put it on low and even turn off the stove if needed to, because even when you turn off the stove, the sugar will still be cooking. Okay, so be very mindful. This is very close to being ready, but as you can see, it's getting to be darker and darker by the moment, and it's almost ready. The next time I come back, it will be ready. Okay, this is literally 7 minutes after I start the process, and you can see this is perfect. I already turned off the fire, and it's beautiful. This is a caramel color you want. Okay, and the next step is just put in the rest of the ingredient, and you are good to go. Okay, so I put in the meat and the eggs, and then I'm going to add in this is 1/3 cup of soy sauce. Okay, and then 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. Last but not least is a can, which is 2 cups of chicken broth. You can use water if you want, but what I like to do is use chicken broth for additional flavor. Okay, and now what I will do is bring this to a boil, and as soon as it starts boiling, I turn it down to simmer. Okay, and cover it in low heat and cook it for another 2 hours. Depending on how tender you want the meat to be, but I will come back to show you the end result. Now the only thing that I did not show is salt. Depend on how salty you would like this dish to be. A lot of Vietnamese like it very salty, but what I do is I normally wait in 2 hours to taste it to see if I need to put more salt into it. But that's it, that's all you have to do, and we'll come back with the result. And my goal is to show this recipe, cooking it the simplest way. There are so many different ways and different spices that people add to this dish to make it better. But to me, if I was to make a food channel, I want to show simple cooking that tastes great, and you don't have to have 25 ingredients to make it taste great. But that's it. Hopefully you find it easy to make, and we'll come back with the result. Okay, bye. Okay, so this is what happened a few minutes later. Is the pasta to boil. What I will do now is turn the heat lower to simmer. Okay, at the same time I will start to stir it up a little bit just to mix things in better. As you can see, the eggs already absorbed some of the color, the portion that was exposed to the broth. So time to mix it up. Okay, stir it up, mix things around. There you go. And as far as, you know, soy sauce and how much to use, it's all preference. You know, some people love to have this dish darker, so they use a little bit more soy sauce. But as you cook this liquid down, the color is going to be darker and darker and saltier and sweeter. Okay, so it's always better to add later than to do too much in the beginning and things become too salty or too sweet. So for now, I'm perfectly happy with what I use so far, and I can add more salt if needed later, or more soy sauce if I need it later. Okay, and that's it. What I will do now is cover it up and then let it simmer like that for at least 1 hour. I said 2, but usually after 1 hour I will come back and test out the meat to see how tender it is. Okay, okay, so this is what it looked like after 2 hours of braising. I removed the lid the last half an hour to let the liquid cook down even more. So now you have this beautiful, very tender, as you can see. Look at that, falls apart. I tasted it and it looked like it's just perfect the way it is. I didn't even need to add any salt to it. So as you can see, the ingredients that went into this dish is extremely simple. Okay, so hopefully you can try it out and see it for yourself. Thanks for watching. Bye.